Hello and welcome to the Backmarkers podcast, where you're listening to Tom, which is he, and Darryll, which is me. Terrible intro. Absolutely, I hate it and I love it at the same time. You absolutely love it, but
that's on the booth, really.
oh no, I'm just gonna leave it in. I'm gonna leave it in. So today's episode is a little bit different because we're obviously missing some tracks from the calendar this year due to the problems in the Middle East. We're going to talk today about our favourite top 5 drivers that never won a Formula One championship, who maybe should have, and also our top 5 tracks. We haven't conversed on this, so we may have some similarities between the two, but before we dive into that, Tom's going to give us some F1 news.
Gossip.
Dun, 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 dun.
So, let me see if I'll say this right. Lambassi, Max Verstappen's engineer, is moving to McLaren in 2027.
Oh, right.
As to take over from Andrea Stella, who's reportedly, rumour has it, going to Ferrari.
Oh.
So there's a big turnaround. And you know what the biggest rumour is? Mark Webber's not happy with Piastri at McLaren because he thinks he's still playing second fiddle to Norris.
Right.
So the rumour is Piastri will find a new team who love him and want him as driver number 1, and over comes Max Verstappen to McLaren.
And who might be that other team for Piastri?
Anyone will have him, won't they? You're not well. Maybe Red Bull would even have him.
Possibly, but McLaren's doing better than Red Bull at the moment. So would you really want to jump ship when? I mean, McLaren's not doing as well as they have done in the last couple of years. But would you really want to jump ship to a team that's doing worse than what you are, in the hope that they will get better?
Yeah, I think if Piastri and if Max Verstappen's coming to McLaren, he's not going to take it from Lando, who's a Formula One world champion. He's going to take it from Oscar, and Oscar's going to go, okay, then I'll go to anyone. And I think that anyone, it could be Red Bull, it could be Williams.
Do you really think Verstappen would leave Red Bull though?
Yes.
You think?
100%.
Oh, see, I don't know, because he's so ingrained in the team there. It's kind of like when Hamilton was at Mercedes. He was there for so long. He was virtually... He was kind of like a pseudo boss, really, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I think the team did everything they could to please him, to keep him there. And I kind of feel it's the similar relationship with Red Bull and Max Verstappen, but who knows?
No, I don't. There's no loyalty in Formula One.
I can't see him in an orange jumpsuit, though.
Oh, I can.
Would you support him if he went to McLaren?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've always said Max is like a generational talent.
He's just in the wrong team.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so they're the rumours. It's all fun and games when there's no race cars on the track.
Yeah, well, there is more off-track drama these days, isn't there, with social media and all that stuff, you know, whereas in the past you probably wouldn't have heard anything until race weekend.
No.
And even then I feel like it was a bit sort of stunted, hushed, whereas now, like we've talked about Drive to Survive in the past, teams are a lot more open to discussing things and bringing things out. Any other gossip on the grid?
That's all I've got. I think that was juicy enough.
That's a good
Do you
name
want more?
for a podcast. Gossip on the grid.
Yeah, but that's it. The only ones that were officially is that Max Verstappen's engineer Lambassi is joining McLaren in 2020. Is it 8 or 7? I'm not too sure. That's official. The rest of it is just gossip. But Stella, apparently, because he's Italian and he was at Ferrari in the later years of Schumacher, early Raikkonen. So he was at Ferrari when they're doing really well. Obviously not as a head engineer, but he was there. So he's definitely rumoured to be going back to Ferrari. Heavily rumoured. The whole Oscar Max and stuff is like, ooh, could happen.
Yeah, I mean, Piastri's good, but I still think Max would run rings around him.
Yeah, he would. But having Max and Lando in a team, that's like a headache.
Yes.
That's a massive headache.
Yeah, there's two talents and egos at play. I think with all three of them, really, no matter which way you pair them, that it's kind of like almost a symbiotic relationship at the moment with, big word, for Piastri and Norris and McLaren. Yes, there is the competition there, the fight there, the racing there, but at the same time, there's also a bit of, well, we're teammates, so we've got to
No, I think they get. I think that Lando and Max and Lando and Piastri, they all get on off track. But yeah, to please those three. Well, if two of them are in the team, I think McLaren have managed them pretty well with Lando and Piastri. People will say differently because they think Piastri is a bit outshone by Lando. But Max and Lando is a different entity altogether. If them two are in the team together, it'd be a fun watch. It'd be a fun watch.
Absolutely. Any more gossip, or is that it?
No, that's it for my gossip.
No, okay then. So we shall go into our top 5 drivers. Or did you want to do tracks first?
You choose. Do you want to do rock, paper, scissors over it?
Yeah, go on then. Okay, all right, we've got to decide. Is it 1, 2,
No,
go?
1, 2, on 3.
On the 3.
On the 3. 1, 2, 3. But I'll be drivers, you tracks.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So, and is it best of 3?
No, it's just one and gone.
Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, wait. You went 3 and then did it. So we're doing 3 and then going.
Yeah, okay.
So 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go. Yes.
So you were tracks.
Do you know what? You need rock, paper, scissors just to decide. No, I was drivers, weren't I?
Rewind the tape.
Let's just do tracks. You need rock, paper, scissors just to decide if you're going on 3 or not. Right. We'll do tracks then.
Okay.
Turn my page over now. AMSR or ASMR.
Beautiful.
There you go. Okay then, top 5 tracks. Do you want to start us off?
How do you want to do this? Do 5 and I say my 50, then you say your 5th?
Yeah, go on then.
Oh,
Why not?
yeah, okay. So, do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. My number 5 is Austria, the Red Bull Ring.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. Fast, overtakes. There's always drama as well. That is my number 5 because it's just fast.
Yeah.
You're going to notice a lot with these picks. There are a lot of fast tracks.
There's a good overtaking point there. I think there's two good corners where there's always all the drama. And I think I remember one year, it wasn't actually overly dramatic, but it was kind of dramatic in the championship, is that Sainz had an engine fire or something. And I remember him just sliding off up into the, I think it was turn 3 or something like that, just off into the escape road. Yeah. But then the brake didn't come on, so it started rolling back, and I was like, and then he managed to stop it. Yeah, good track.
It is.
Very strong track for Red Bull.
It is. If you rewind, so last year, obviously, we had the Lando and Oscar fight where Oscar nearly took him out. So you go up the straight, don't you? And then you take your right, and then it's like there's the whole way up there. And then the year before, we had Max and Lando crashing anyway. There's always drama. I love that track.
I look forward to drawing
that track.
Drawing that track blind.
I could do that quite comfortably.
Yeah.
I hope, fingers crossed.
Well,
yeah.
I didn't have Austria on the list, so
really?
we got off to a good start, yeah.
Nice, okay.
Yeah. What's your next track? Or am I doing a track?
No, you do a track now.
Okay, I haven't done them in any particular order, but if you want me to lay them in some kind of order, okay, my 5th favourite track is Vegas.
Oh, okay.
And I'm saying Vegas because although I think we've only had like 2 years there, 3 years, 2 years. I think it's 2 years, or is it 3? I don't know, but not a lot. But what I've written in my note is yet to fully prove itself, but being good so far.
Okay.
And we had rain last year as well.
Oh my God!
Which
yes.
It's almost like, you live in the middle of the desert. Oh, it never rains out here, buddy. You could bet your life on it. Bet your bottom dollar. And then it rained. You love it, don't you?
I do.
I'm trying to insert as many accents as I can. So, Austria, the Red Bull Ring, and Vegas, beautiful Las Vegas in Nevada, and yeah, I think it's a fun track. As we've said before, when you look at the actual layout of the track, it's basically a big square.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And it's like, because the Americans want speed and drama and power, and obviously the drama is in overtaking. The best place to do that is on straights. So clearly someone's just gone, let's make a bunch of straights where they can all pass each other on. Yeah. So although it's a relatively new track, I think it's really good, and they've got that dome thing.
Yeah, you love the dome, don't you?
I love the dome when it goes by, and it times it just right when those like smiley face eyes watch the car go by like that. But it must be distracting when you're doing 200 miles an hour and there's a big eye watching you.
I can imagine they're not looking at it, but I can see what you're saying. If you're like 8th and then you go around for the 55th time thinking, oh yeah, look at him looking at me.
I wonder if you can watch the race from in there.
No, yeah, I'm sure you can, can't you? They do events and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen quite a lot in there. It must be fantastic. I'd love to visit it one day. And one that I thought was really good was they showed the Matrix in there. So that bit where he says, "We need guns, lots of guns," and like the gun racks go. They have it on like a square screen, so you're watching the film. But in moments like that, the whole place goes. So you're like inside it.
That'd be really, really cool.
Yeah,
nice.
So yeah, that is my number 5.
Cool. So my number 4 is Monza. You writing these down?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're saying these tracks, and I'm like, I can't believe I've missed off Monza off my list. It's such a great track.
It's speed.
Yeah, to watch it, to see them race on it, and even like when you play on Xbox.
Yeah.
And with a wheel as well. When you play, have you ever played Xbox with a wheel?
No.
Oh, it's a different level. I mean, I think I have the braking assist switched on, but the rest of it's turned off. It's brilliant track, fantastic.
Yeah. No, it is brilliant. Obviously a lot of history, but it's the fans as well. Put Ferrari 1-2 and see the Italian fans get mad. It's
the Tifosi.
Yeah. I forgot that word, Tifosi.
Tifosi.
Well, there's the Italian accent. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's speed. It's fast. There's always drama. Obviously, Max crashing into Lewis, going on his head. We had Lando and Oscar a couple of years ago. It's just a brilliant weekend. I love it.
When that happened with Max, when he landed on Lewis's head, about an hour later, somebody sent me a photograph of Lewis Hamilton going like this, but he was bald with a skid mark. I love how fast these things travel. But I think that was the year that Max won his first championship.
The whole drama.
And the very dirty championship that one was.
Yes.
And it was moments like that. A lot of people criticised Max Verstappen for not checking on Lewis to see if he was all right, but
I think he would have got a heads up one from the team. They would have gone, Lewis is okay.
Yeah.
You'd have thought.
And I think he saw him. I think he did look back and saw him moving around in there, so he was like, he's all right, just leave him. I think you want to kiss me on the mouth.
Yeah, it's one of the best ones I look forward to the year. It's like I say, it's fast. The crowd's brilliant. Love it. It's always the fastest. I don't think it is anymore, is it? I believe the Red Bull Ring is, but when you're a kid, it's always the lowest lap time and stuff. So yeah,
seems mega fast.
Yeah.
And something I remember about it is during 2020 when they raced there. Obviously, there was no fans because of the lockdown and everything, and Ferrari doing really poorly because they hadn't adjusted to the new regulations. And Vettel said, "I'm glad there's no fans here to see how poor we are."
Yeah.
And I think that was a real low moment for Vettel and the team. It's been an uphill struggle since then, but I think that was probably the lowest point for them.
Yeah, Leclerc won it a couple of years ago, didn't he? When McLaren messed up the strategy. Was that last year or the year before? I'm not sure. But apart from that, they don't have much joy, do they, Ferrari fans, outside the Schumacher years?
No, not really.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my number 4, since we're going in 4. Okay, just again because it's a fairly newish one on the calendar, Saudi Arabia.
Oh, okay.
It's a street circuit. It's classed as a street circuit, and I'm not a big fan of street circuits, but I do
Las
like
Vegas at 5, and that's a street circuit.
I know. Street circuit, street, semi-street, and there's only one on there that's not actually a street circuit. It's fast.
Yeah.
And it's exciting. It's such a tight track. Like when you look at it from above, it's so close together. And there's some great corners in there, chicanes, and I'll never forget that lap. I call it the almost best lap of the century for Verstappen. God, such a Verstappen fanboy, aren't I? When he, I think it was the dirty year when he won his championship, and he was out on track on his own. He was the last car to go out. The clock was ticking down, and he was so close to every wall. I mean, I was sitting in the living room watching it, and I was hanging on to the seat because it was like, oh my God, he nearly hit the wall. And even like DC was going, oh my God, that was so close. And then he binned it on the last corner. He caught the back wheel on the wall, which it was if he'd made that lap for me, that would have been the best quali lap in history. For me.
Okay.
But I do like it. It's a fast track. It's got some good overtaking points, mostly down the back straight and the main straight. Without DRS this year, that might change.
You won't see it this year, I'm afraid.
Although we've still got this electronic... Oh, of course, we're not even having the race, are we?
No.
Oh, so we're not actually going to know what that track's going to be like in this era of regulations.
You can hope for next year, if this is all sorted.
I'm sure it will be.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Yeah, it's a nice track. Ooh.
Do you like a finger click?
I wouldn't say I haven't really need it in my life or don't need it in my life. I'm not...
Especially when I get headphones on. I don't mind it at all. So that's my number 4.
Okay. My number 3.
In at number 3
is São Paulo, Brazil.
Brazil.
You got the accent in early, I like that.
Brazil.
I just love Brazil, don't you? It's like... It used to be like the second on the calendar, didn't it? I'm sure it did. It used to be early on in the season.
Possibly. And then it became the last race of the season, didn't it? Which I thought was I actually have Brazil on my list. It's the only non-street circuit on the list. That was going to be my number 1, I think. Just because of the history of it.
Yeah. That
it's been such a mainstay on the calendar for such a long time. And it is a great track. Like you say, used to be the closing.
Yeah, it did.
And there's been history there with
Senna and all sorts.
Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis won his first. Senna was there. It's brilliant. The weather is just brilliant. It can rain, it can shine, it can wind, it can do everything. There's loads of overtaking. The start when you go up and through that chicane, it's just mesmerising. But yeah, I like driving that on Formula 1 games.
Yes.
You come out the last corner, you go up the hill. Yeah. So yeah, Brazil for the history.
Yeah, it is a good track, and the famous coming together of Leclerc and
Piastri and
Vettel. Leclerc and Vettel, when they touched, they were both in Ferrari coming down. They'd come past the first chicane,
yes,
and they're hammering down that straight, and they just touched, and they both got a puncher, and both out the race. That was 2019. That was, and you know what? I recorded it on the telly, on my FreeSat box, and I still have the recording. Just so I can watch that moment, because it's just brilliant. I just loved it. It was so exciting. And then there was that incident a couple of years ago when Ocon was unlapping himself with Verstappen, and he took him out in turn 1.
Yes,
they made contact, and Verstappen spun out, and he spent too long going like this. If he just got back on the road, he probably would have been fine. And then at the end, there was that pushing and shoving, and I think Verstappen got fined for that.
I can imagine he did.
Not necessarily, probably by Formula 1, but I think also people reported him to the Brazilian police.
Oh God!
I think, did he get community service or something crazy like that? I don't know. I'll have to look it up, but
it's like the story of Hamilton did it from like last to first there. Max did it a couple of years ago. He's gone from last to first there. It's just full of drama. Last year we had Oscar Leclerc and was it Antonelli going into the first corner, and none of them survived it after Lando went off and won it. There's drama every year. It's a brilliant racetrack. Brilliant. It should be number 1 really, but I've got 2 better ones.
Well, you see, what am I going to do now? Because that was my number 1. It's gone.
Well,
okay, so my number 3, Canada.
Okay, that's my number 1.
Yeah.
There you go then. So it's all fair.
I'll come to the reason in a minute why it's number 3. So it's got the history. It's got straights, chicanes. It's just a nice power track. It's similar to Monza. You know, straights, chicanes, not too many overly slow technical sections. And I think that kind of ruins races sometimes, a lot of the technical sections. We just want to see cars going fast, hitting chicanes, and then blasting out the other side. And that's what Canada gives us.
Yeah.
Wall of Champions.
Yep.
I've kissed that a few times on the Xbox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I always remember, I might have said this to you before, Martin Brundle and Jenson Button were speaking together, and they were talking about the Wall of Champions because someone had hit it during quali or practice or something. And then Martin Brundle said, well, I can say with confidence that I've never kissed the Wall of Champions. And then Jenson Button went, yeah, but how many championships have you won? And it was like, oh,
that's not fair. No. That's not fair. No, I do love Canada. Like I say, it's my number one. It's the circuit. It's just, you're right, it's fast at slow corners. It's fast. It's got loads of good memories of that race with Jenson Button in 2011, where he was like last 3 times and then he went and won it. I don't know, as a kid, it was always one I looked forward to watching. I couldn't tell you why it's my favourite, but it is. It's the best track on the grid. It's just, again, it's the weather. That can change easily. It's fast. Yeah, I don't know why I like it so much.
It's classed as a semi-street circuit.
Yes.
I don't see how it's on an island.
Yeah, isn't it just that on the island as well? Isn't
I think
it just
so,
pretty
yeah.
much?
Yeah.
I didn't put it down as a street circuit. I put it down as a track.
Google says it's a semi-street circuit.
Google.
I know, good old Google.
I was like happy that none of my top 5 are street circuits. Now you're saying that's a street circuit. I'm not happy about that.
Yeah, I am confused about that. It's probably something stupid like they use a part of an access road or something, so it's a semi-street circuit. But yeah,
I don't see it.
I think it. I don't know. I'll have to look it up more, but it says semi-street. I had it in the back of my mind that it was semi-street, a bit like Albert Park. That's semi-street.
No, it's not. It's a. Oh, okay. I don't like that either. That's a track.
So that's my number 3.
Okay, that's my number 1. So there you go.
Canada.
Yeah. So
that's how you do a Canadian accent. Apparently, you just American and then say a.
Okay.
Or a boat.
A boot.
It's only a roundabout semi-street circuit. A boot. If anybody watches this or listening to it, we are going to get like sued or something. I don't know.
Oh dear. Okay, so
I do it out of love. You only hurt the ones you love.
Yeah. We're not here to offend. We're here to love.
No, I really want to visit Canada.
So, no, more than America for me.
Yeah, part of the Commonwealth. Hello. And when I was a kid, my dad used to say, "I've never been abroad. I've never ever been abroad." And then he started saying to me, "I was born in Canada." And for years and years, I kept believing he was born in Canada. Why he said it, I don't know. He's not like a prolific liar or something like that. He's just... so he kept saying this. And then one day I was like, hang on a minute, hang on, Dad. I'm old enough now. Why do you keep saying you were born in Canada, but you've never been abroad? Oh, well, I come to live here. So that's the... now that I live here, I haven't gone away from here, so I've never been abroad. I was like, you're talking shit. And he's like, yeah, I am, yeah. I've never been abroad. He has been abroad now. He's been... bunch of places, Tunisia, Vegas. He's been to Vegas. But yeah, Canada is a place I'd love to visit.
Yeah,
be good to go watch the race there. I wonder if it's cheaper than here. I bet it's something silly like it works out cheaper to fly there and watch the race than it is to go to the British Grand Prix.
Imagine that, spending 10 days in Canada and you finish off it watching that Formula 1 race. Dreams come true. If F1 want to pick up 2 I don't know, rookie analysts,
yes,
please.
You're the analyst, mate. I just do the intro badly.
Oh dear. Okay, so my number 1's Canada.
Hang on a minute. Whoa. Oh, sorry. Yeah, your number 1 is Canada. Who's your number 2?
It's Silverstone.
Right.
Just because I'm British and it had to be in there, and it's. Do you remember the old Silverstone? I kind of like that more. You know, where you'd go into the bridge, wouldn't they? And then they'd kind of come round, and they changed it about 8 years ago.
Yeah, it's hard for me to remember because when I used to watch it as a kid, and as I said before, there's a bit of a black spot where I didn't watch Formula 1 for a good at least 10 years. Might even be a touch longer, about 12 years. So any changes that were made, I'm not overly familiar with. But They used to start. They used to start on the old starting. Yeah. It was around the other side of the track, wasn't it, where Hamilton took Verstappen off. That used to be turn 1, didn't it? I think a long time ago.
Yes, and then it goes into the S's. Yeah, the snakes and yeah.
There's some brilliant video from I think it's the 1993 Silverstone, or it was the European Grand Prix as it was then, where it was sponsored by Sega. And all down the side of the track was Sega, because I think they had Senna's GP Monaco. I think it was called Monaco GP or something like that. A game for the Mega Drive, and the trophy was a Sonic.
Oh wow!
Sonic the Hedgehog. So yeah, that's a nice movie. I do remember seeing that on the telly. Many. Oh god, I was only like 7 or something at the time. But yeah, so they've had some changes. It is a good track.
It is. It's a very good track.
I didn't like it for a long time, probably because of the weather. Because, we talk about weather being unpredictable in other countries. Now, in some places like Vegas, if it rains, you're like, wow, that's a bit odd. Brazil kind of expect it, Canada kind of expect it, but a lot of races you can sort of guarantee what the weather's going to be most of the time. And when it rains in England for the Silverstone Grand Prix, I just think, ugh, what a dreary thing for the world to see. This stereotype that Britain's just grey and rainy all the time, which it isn't. Look, it's beautiful. Well, it's a bit overcast, but that's normal. Yeah, so I love it when it rains in other countries. Haha, you've got rain. Like when it rains at Albert Park. Haha, you've got rain. At Christmas Day, it's 30 degrees out on Christmas Day, mate. Probably more than that. And then it's raining.
Oh yeah, I like it. I like the rain. I like how it can be unpredicted. That's why I like the other tracks, because it can be sunny, it can rain, it can wind, it can do everything.
Yeah.
And again, that adds to the charm of Silverstone. I don't care if someone looks at the Great Britain and goes, it rains. Yeah, it fucking rains, and we've got green grass. That's why we like the rain.
Beep. Well, I've been to Silverstone.
Yes.
Silverstone. Do you say Silverstone or Silverstone?
Silverstone.
I was having this conversation with your good lady the other day. I was talking to someone on the phone once, and I was talking about I was trying to get a book published, a children's book, self-published anyway. So I was talking to this woman, and she says, "Oh well, why don't you contact Silverstones? Not Silverstones, Waterstones." And I was like, "Waterstones?" And she went, "Yes, Waterstones." I was like, "Who's that? Is that a publisher?" "No, Waterstones, the bookshop." Oh, Waterstones. Yes, Waterstones. So I was like, oh, just say Waterstones.
Yeah.
So I say Waterstones, but then with Silverstone, I say Silverstone. And yet when someone says Silverstone, I'm like, no, you can't say Silverstone.
Silverstone. Yeah, you're right. It's not stone.
No. But how would you say the bookshop?
Waterstone.
Yeah. Waterstones.
That's because that's how it's pronounced.
Waterstones. Silverstone. But it's spelt the same way. Stone. Stone.
Ain't we weird?
Bloody English language, mate. It's confusing as hell. Yeah, so I went to go see the race. 2019. 2019. I think
Nice.
it was. It was pre-pandemic. It was really good. There is that element of, yes, you see the cars like 70 times or however many laps there is there. And the gap starts to appear over time. I was sat on Stowe corner.
Nice.
Stowe corner. Excuse me. Right opposite the Hangar Straight. So I got to see all the passes on that corner. That was really good. But just as Verstappen passed Vettel, Vettel was carrying too much speed and bumped Verstappen going into the final chicane. So took him, not out of the race, but just took him off a little bit. So I remember that. But the best thing was I went with someone who knew somebody who worked there, and we were travelling with an elderly gentleman, and so this person said, when you get there, give us a call. So we phoned him, and then 5 minutes later this golf buggy turns up, and the guy's like, where are you going, where are you staying? We said, we're at Stowe corner. He went, hop on, I'll give you a lift. So we were sat on this buggy going by, and I was with a guy who I think doesn't look too dissimilar to Kimi Räikkönen, and he was in the championship at the time, and I swear people were looking at us going, oh my god, it's Kimi Räikkönen. At a glance, Kimi Räikkönen. But we felt like celebrities being driven around. The only sad thing about that was we didn't get to experience the rest of the circuit because it's such a big place. And once you get to where you're going, there's all like kiosks, coffee, burgers, all that stuff. So you kind of feel obliged to not go anywhere else. But you don't need to go anywhere else unless you want to fully explore. There was Porsche racing on when we got there. And the second you step off the bus, all you can hear is... But you can't see it because all the stands are in the way. And you're like, oh my God, I want to see it. It's like when fireworks are going off outside. You've got to run to the curtain. As soon as you get there, they stop. You're like, oh. So, and then, there was the Porsche racing and then the Formula One. But it was good. You should go.
Yeah. It will be on my to-do list at some point. It will.
When you win the lottery.
Yeah, yeah. Fingers crossed it'll be sometime soon. But yeah, Silverstone number 2, mate. Okay. So many memories. What's your number 2?
My number 2, I've run out. I haven't got a number 1 now, so we've sort of this is technically number 1 now. a street circuit.
Of course it is.
I've surprised myself, I really have. Baku.
Really?
Baku, yes.
Okay.
When they added it to the calendar, or I first watched it, I was like, ugh, street circuit, I hate them. They're just so horrible. But I think it's probably the most entertaining street circuit of the lot. It's fast. It's got those really harsh right-hander corners. They're basically right angles. It's got that nasty chicane through the castle.
Oh yeah.
Where Leclerc binned it that year. And I just remember on the radio going, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. But I think it's an entertaining track. We had Verstappen have that blowout that year down the main straight. I just think it's an entertaining track for a street
Oscar
circuit.
binned it last year, weren't it? He had a bad qualifying and he binned it on the first lap.
Yeah.
Straight into barriers. Part of me thinks he just didn't know how to do that racetrack. He thought I'll crash out on lap one and have a coffee.
Do you know what? That's what I do on the Xbox with Monaco.
Yeah.
I do one track and it goes, sorry mate, that's P20, and I'm like, all right then, and then just crash out on the first lap.
Yep.
Because you guarantee if I can get round the first lap without hitting the wall, it's a miracle. But I hit the wall so much on that track, and then it's like, come in for your, you need to get a new wing, front wing. So I go in, get a new front wing, and the second I come out, turn one, you need to come back in for a new front wing. Oh, so I just retire from the race.
Nice. I think that's what Oscar did.
Yeah, I think the highest I've ever qualified there was 7th, and then I never finished the race.
Like Monaco.
Yeah.
I think I qualify about 18th probably, and then bin it on the first lap, crash into someone and just say no, move on.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
Write it off.
Yeah. That's the worst Formula 1 track, by the way, if we were going to say that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's by a long way.
My dad always says, oh, it's my favourite. My dad doesn't talk like that. It's my favourite, and I say why. He says because I like to see all the boats and the hotels and stuff. I said, well, watch Wish You Were Here then, or something. You know, it's supposed to be a racing track, and they say every year, well, the cars are too wide for overtaking. There's no overtaking. It's follow the leader. Why have it in the calendar then? Because of the prestige.
Yeah, and the money.
Yeah, the history, the prestige, the money. And most of the drivers live there, so it's probably going to be on the calendar forever.
Yeah, the sponsors love it as well, don't they? Because they get loads of revenue and stuff.
Well, can't they all go live at Monza?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Brazil. That's what I say. What was the words? Do Brazil twice. It's a free worded from the last episode. But yes. Oh, that's a good top. My top 5 is better than your top 5.
You reckon?
Yeah. I don't think it's even close. For prestige and history.
Did it actually become top 5 or just top 4? Because we had some crossovers.
Yeah, so my top 5 was Canada was number 1, which was your number 3. Britain, Brazil, Italy, Austria.
Yeah, so mine was Brazil, Baku, Canada, Saudi, Vegas.
Yeah. I've got all the old school tracks and you've got some new ones in there.
It's probably because of, again, that gap. I've had that gap. So I'm more perhaps accepting of newer tracks. And we've discussed this before, that this whole thing of expected overtaking zones. Well, I've never seen an overtake there. It's a race. They're supposed to overtake each other. So with these new tracks, some of it's unpredictable. It's more unpredictable than in the races. I think that's probably what I like about it. I wish a forgotten track is Brands Hatch. It's probably couldn't handle a Formula One race
even
anymore.
Before my time watching it.
Yeah,
I can't ever remember a race being there.
I think what they used to do was alternate, because you had the British Grand Prix, but then they used to have the European Grand Prix. So I think if the European Grand Prix landed in England, they'd use Brands Hatch.
Because didn't the European one used to be what's it? Was it Sao Paulo? Where not Sao Paulo, that's Brazil. Where am I thinking when Senna passed away?
Imola.
Yes. Didn't that used to be the European? It used to be when I was a kid.
I don't know if they alternated it.
Maybe.
Because you've got France, Spain, and Austria and Germany. Hockenheim.
Oh, what a track that was.
The old Hockenheim track. Amazing. When it disappeared off into again, another power track. But, they got rid of it because it wasn't getting enough coverage or something. Like, you just put fans down there then. Put loads of... And this doesn't make sense about racetracks. You have periods of race tracks, sections that don't have any fans on. Why don't they just put fans everywhere on the track, seating everywhere. It doesn't make sense. It's like if you went to a football match and one side of the stadium didn't have any seats in it. Well, we don't put seats there, so everyone's just looking down. Wrestling,
Yeah.
you know, the only bit that doesn't have fans is the ramp because they've got to get to the ring. Imagine if they had a blank space there and a blank space there, so you're just on both sides. It doesn't make sense. So just with Formula One, just put fans all around the track, or allow more general access.
I think with Hockenheim though, wasn't it, because it was in a wooded area, wasn't it? I don't know if the trees were protected and stuff, where you can just mow them all down and put stands there, especially on that long back straight. I'm not too sure, but you're right, it's a hell of a track.
But I think the track's completely gone now. I think they tore it all up.
Oh, what?
And rewilded it, I think.
That makes me sad.
It's still a good track. The alterations they did, but yeah, it was the old track was the best. I used to play it on Formula 1 2002 on the PS2. Brilliant track. It's probably my favourite track.
Yeah.
And on that there was a slipstream mechanic. So when you got up behind it, this little arrow would come up at the side of the screen. It would like build up and build up and go until there was no sound, and it was just going because you're in the slipstream. And then you come out and you go. I need to hook it up. We'll get another controller. We'll just have a session. And Brands Hatch is on the 2013 Formula One game as a like bonus classic track, because they got some classic cars on there as well. You can drive old Williams cars and stuff. So Brands Hatch is on there. Yeah, it's. I think they do touring car racing there still.
Yeah, I know it's still about Brands Hatch, but like I said, I've never seen it with a Formula One. I know they used to do it back in the day, because it used to alternate with Silverstone. Like you say, it used to be the European part as well, but like I say, before my time, before I watched it. But yeah, it's good. I want to honorary mention Texas as well. I like that track.
Yeah, that's got a lot of other tracks in it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
There's like S's, the center S's, and
a couple of good straights and stuff.
Yeah, again,
like Japan. I like Japan. I like them all, apart from
Monaco. Yeah, shit, get it off the calendar.
Well, that was enlightening.
What?
It was enlightening. Finding the tracks that you liked and stuff. Very.
Oh, enlightening. I thought you said lightning.
Give it a couple of hours.
Yeah. It is early in the morning for me on a Sunday.
Yeah, it is.
Although this episode is timeless. Somebody could be watching this in 5 years' time.
They could be, couldn't they?
Yeah, this is where they started.
Yeah. Now we own like we're on Formula One TV.
Yeah. And then, unfortunately, Darryll passed away a few years after.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's such a morbid sense of humour sometimes, I really do. I do this thing, I'll talk about someone, I'll be like, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, he was a lovely bloke. He's dead now. People go, what? And no, he's not. I watched a film once, and they say when you read a fortune from a fortune cookie, tomorrow will be the luckiest day of your life. But then add, and then you die on the end.
Oh dear.
Oh, right then, top 5 drivers. Here we go. Who never won a world championship, but probably should/could have.
Or could be winning soon, yes.
Yes. So I misread the brief on this, and I've gone a little bit further back than you. Can I go first, because you went first with the tracks?
Yeah, so my F1 drivers, just so you know, are from 2020 to 2026.
Okay, mine are 90...
Jeez.
93 onwards, really. So, again, I've got gaps. So I've watched it when I was a kid, and then there was a gap, and then I've watched it after that. So I'm going to go first, and I'm going to cross this guy off the list because I think he should have been world champion, and he wasn't. David Coulthard.
See, when you said to me that you'd done that, I thought I've got to put DC in there, but I didn't. But yeah, you're right, DC with quality.
Yeah. He had 13 wins, 62 podiums, and his best championship was 2001 when he finished second in the championship. Of course, Schumacher won that year, as he always did, and nearly double the points in that year. Wow. So he Coulthard finished that season on 65 points, which seems really low.
Yeah, it does.
This, like in today's standards, Schumacher finished on 123 points.
Whoa!
So nearly double. So you can imagine the dominance of Schumacher in that time.
Yeah, didn't it used to go 10 for a race win back then? 10, 8, 6, So you get 10 for first, 8 for second, 6 for third.
Mm.
And then
Which I think was fairer.
because it's only the top 6 what got points, weren't it? Because you finished it if you got 1 point.
I want everyone to get a point. I would be happy for 22 down to 1. So
I don't like that.
Yeah, but I mean, imagine if you had a Formula 1 career. How many points did you score in your Formula 1 career? None.
Get better at it.
Yeah. But
Like Lance Stroll, I mean,
Yeah.
get better at it.
get better, stroll. Is that the 3 word of the episode? Get better stroll.
No, get a better stroll.
Get a better stroll. Getter. No. So yeah, DC.
Yeah, I agree. I would have had DC if the memo was a bit longer, to be fair. But yeah, I'm not going to say now you said him, but DC is like 5 for me as well.
And he's been so involved in Formula 1. You know, he worked for Red Bull as well.
Yeah.
He was there in their early years. He's still, I don't know if he's still involved. I think he's still involved with them somehow, somewhere.
He'll be an ambassador or something, you expect, wouldn't you?
Yes, and he's I think he was the head of driver safety for a long time. He also had a hand in W Series, introducing women into the sport. So I should imagine he's probably part of the F1 Academy as well. So he's very tucked in there, and he's one of the guys I think, you know, he's a good guy, nice guy. And when I think when he left Williams, was it Williams or McLaren? It might have been McLaren actually. When he left McLaren, he said to his dad, "I'm leaving McLaren, leaving Formula 1," and his dad was like, "Okay, have you got TV sorted?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Nice.
Basically, that is your career now. So yeah, and he's good to listen to. Great to listen to.
He's a nice guy. Okay, so I've got all of my top 5 are still drivers who are driving now. I just want to say an honorary mention to Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah.
He's not in my top 5, but I have to say his name. People love him. I
should have been world champion at some point, mate.
I've never rated him. Everyone, like, I've got this friend who absolutely loves him. Absolutely loves him. I've never really got it, but I get it. So honorary mention Daniel Ricciardo. But my 5th,
Yeah.
Behrman is good.
Behrman is good.
Behrman is good.
Do you think he's going to be world champion one day?
Yeah.
I'll stick him in a red race suit and
Off he goes and wins the first one Ferrari since Kimi Räikkönen. Maybe. But Ollie Behrman's good. I can't. He's only been raced for 2 years, and like I said, it was quite hard when I got the memo from 2020 to 2026, and I was going through all the old seasons and who was there, and there has been some bad racing drivers who've not won world titles. Obviously, you got your Alonso's and your Kimi Räikkönens and stuff, which did make it firmly out there, but there's not much to pick from. So yeah, Ollie Behrman gets in 5th, just over Daniel Ricciardo.
yeah.
He has the highest finish of 4th. That says a lot for the rest of the drivers on my list, but yeah.
Yeah.
He will win a race, and it might even be this year because Haas are good as well. And I think
Is that the 3 word? Haas. You're wearing the shirt.
Yeah, Haas is good.
Behrman is good. Haas is good. Say it to the camera.
Haas is good, and they're from down the road in Brackley, ain't they? As well. Come on, they're the home team. I really think for us in the Midlands. Would you say?
What about McLaren?
They're not in Brackley,
I
are
thought
they?
they were in Brackley. Oh no, Surrey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry. On the point of Ricciardo,
Yes.
he was very good. Well, he was good at Red Bull.
Yeah.
But I think he sort of got his knickers in a twist over the whole. They preferred Verstappen over him, and then he jumped to Renault. I think it was Renault.
Yeah, Renault, then McLaren,
which was just a disaster. And then McLaren, where he didn't really do as well because McLaren just weren't in the right place.
Nope.
He won Monza.
He did.
And he said at the end, for those who doubted Odd left, Odd never left. I'm just crying on the inside. But it was a fluke because somebody else messed up their strategy. Something had happened. Somebody collided. I don't fully remember. That's the only reason he won the race.
Was it It wasn't the year where Max took out Lewis, was it?
It could be actually, yeah. It could have been.
It might have been,
but it was something like the top contenders were just for some reason not up there, and he came out on top. And I think Gasly came second,
No, he didn't.
or was it third?
Third. Lando came second. That was the point I was going to bring up. I think there was team orders in place where Lando couldn't do anything about it, and being the Lando fanboy I am, I think he would have won that race if he was allowed to race. Just saying. Just saying.
History records that he didn't. So Behrman. Yeah.
Behrman.
We've got a lot of support going for Behrman here. Should we just call it the Behrman podcast?
Well, you like Lindblad, don't you? So
yes,
he's your back marker and Behrman's mine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Lindblad. See, Hadjar's not technically a back marker anymore.
No, he's not,
because he's in a prime team. So yeah, Lindblad's doing all right. I've got no support for Lawson. He didn't perform at Red Bull. He seems to be performing better at RB.
Yeah, I think that's his level though. There's levels, isn't there, in drivers and stuff.
Yeah.
I think Behrman is a level of driver where you can race for McLaren, Ferrari, or a Red Bull, but
he's proven himself.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next driver on the list, again a little bit further back, is Rubens Barrichello.
Oh God, okay.
Remember him?
Yeah, I do remember him.
He was the late 90s, early noughties version of Bottas.
Yeah.
Always playing second fiddle to Schumacher. I remember this was a big thing about team orders when that started to come in. There was one particular race where Barrichello had led like nearly every lap, and on the final lap he was told to let
Shuey through.
And there was this classic one. Again, I can't remember. It's so long ago. They both crossed the line at the same time, and it was. I think actually they gave that one to Barrichello. I think he got it by something like 1/1,000,000 of a second or something. But that was a nice little moment because I think Schumi was kind of like, I
remember that happening where he was leading the whole race and he had to let Shuey go through. I was watching with my old man, and the swear words coming out of that man's mouth. I know he swears a lot anyway, but Jesus, he was not happy about Barrichello giving that place away, and I think it tainted the sport. I mean, it still happens to this day, and I get it; it's a team sport, but I've never really been much of a fan of Barrichello. He's just. Yeah, no race for himself. Again, he's a team player, so shut up, Tom. Didn't think he was very talented, sorry. I just didn't. I'm sorry.
Don't hold back. No, don't pull any punches. Say what you're thinking.
Like, with the Brawn era, when Jenson Button and Barrichello by far had the fastest car, and he wasn't really any good then.
No, I get that point. He was probably there just to... basically an on-track race weekend test driver, I would say.
Yeah.
Iron out the creases for Jensen, possibly. I don't know.
But why? Just you've got the fastest car. Go win some races. I've never really rated him.
Well, Barrichello actually does appear a little bit later on down this list. But who's your next driver?
Number 4 for me is George Russell. Again, there's not much to choose from the years 2020 to 2026, and I'm not a massive Russell fan. But he's up there. He's won 6 races, 26 podiums. I would like to think he's going to win it this year, but I'm fingers crossed for Antilli. He's decent. But again, the list I've got from 2020 to 26 is really, really thin. So George Russell, I don't think he's very good. I'd probably put Behrman above him, but I can't when Behrman's only finished 4th and Russell's got 6 Formula 1 races to win. So, George Russell.
Yeah. You probably will be champion one day, just because the car could be this year.
Yeah, I do. I think he will win it this year. I just hope Antonelli scares him a little bit.
Yeah, he's a little bit comfortable there, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's not winning. Well, he's only won 1 race to Antonelli's 2 this year. So I don't think he whines a lot. I've got him number 4, and I'm not happy with him. But yeah, he whines a lot. I think his head wobbles when stuff's not going his way. I think he's a very good racing driver. He's 12 seconds ahead of everyone else, and that's all he needs to do. And he's quick. Qualifying times are quick for Russell, so he's a good fast race driver. So yeah, I've got him at 4th.
You just spit his dummy out a little bit. He needs to give the place back. He needs to give the place back. So take it back. Yeah,
and what we've seen in Japan, didn't we? Where's my luck and stuff because a Formula 1 driver's just gone off at 200 miles per hour into a corner. Come on, mate, it's Formula 1. You know what the sport's like. Don't cry about it.
Yeah. Okay, my next on the list is Montoya.
Ooh, that's a name from the past.
Juan Pablo Montoya.
Yes.
He raced for Williams from 01 to 04, and then McLaren 05 to 06. But I'd stopped watching by that time, so I didn't see the McLaren years. His best year was 2003. He had 7 wins, 30 podiums, and he finished 3rd in the championship. But he was a name. He was a big name. He was a thorn in the side of a lot of people. And I remember when he raced for BMW Williams, they had that walrus nose.
Oh, yeah.
He had the front wing and then the walrus nose, and everyone was like, oh my God, it's so inventive, and it just ended up not doing anything. But yeah, one Pablo Montoya.
Yeah, I don't remember much of him. Like I said, he's feisty, weren't he? I think that's what he's well known for. He wouldn't give you the position quite easily. Was he American? He's not American, is he?
No, he's like Brazilian or Spanish or something. There's a couple of famous clips. One of them where he walks into a television camera. There's a guy like filming him, and he goes bang straight. He starts going, "You fucking idiot!" And his girlfriend's like, "No, no, no." She's putting her hand across his mouth. "No, no, no! Don't say anything! Don't say anything! You fucking idiot!" And then there's this one where this bloke went into a press conference to ask him about a Formula One, but he keeps saying "One" because his name is Juan Pablo. So he says, "I got a question for you, Juan. If Juan won one Formula One championship one time and you finished in number 1 in the Formula One championship one," and he just kept going on like one time he doesn't quite get the joke, and he's like, "What? Yes, I would have won it one time if I won once." But then he gets his rag and he's like, "No, I've had enough of this, I'm leaving." Just walks off.
No patience in that man, obviously.
No, but yeah, he was a name that was up there.
Yeah, he was a fun to watch.
I think he had potential, but it just wasn't realised.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was racing in years with like Schumacher and stuff like a tough crowd.
Yeah, and Alonso was around that time when he as well, and Kimi. Is his son doing something now? I'm sure I've heard his son's name. Is it in Formula One, F2, F3, or Formula E? I'm sure his son's racing somewhere now. But yeah, he was a fun. You always have to look after him where he's on the grid because he's going to be a bit of fun and games with him. Yeah, I like him. Nice. My number 3 is Charles Leclerc. And again, I don't really rate him.
No, I don't think he's ever going to be world champion.
No, nor do I. I don't think he's that. I think, yeah, I don't know, if I was Ferrari, I'd be getting rid of him for Ollie, but obviously they won't because Lewis is old. But Charles is good. 8 F1 wins, 52 podiums. He's never... I say he was never in the running. I think he challenged Max once when he was his closest competitor until Ferrari messed up his strategies a lot of the time. He's good. He's fast. He's never going to be number 1 though. But if you put him in a Mercedes, he'd beat Russell, he'd beat Antonelli, and I think he'd win a championship that way. But
you think
if you put him in a car against Norris, Max, no, I don't think he'd have a chance.
I think he's a little bit mediocre, to be honest. I thought Sainz was a better driver.
Yeah.
And I think it was wrong to get rid of Sainz.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I say if he was in Mercedes now, he'd win because he's better than Russell. But you're right, he's not going to be or ever going to be a Max or what Lando is or anyone like that.
No.
So yeah. So you go, Charles Leclerc number 3.
Felipe Massa.
Mm-hmm.
Best,
you really love your number 2s, don't you?
Yeah. Best year was 2008. He finished 2nd with 97 points. He lost by 1 point.
Yeah,
and we know who to. Yeah, to Lewis. This is Dordo. Was Toto? Toto wasn't part of it then, was he?
No, because he's a McLaren, weren't he?
Yeah. Louis, this is Toto. I just like saying it. This is so not right. Michael, this is not right. But he started, Felipe Massa started with Sauber. He's had a bit of a pepper-potted history, I think. He's been in and out of Formula One, and then he was with Ferrari from 2006 to 2013.
Yes.
And it's that thing of you almost think, like, when you get to Ferrari, I'm going to be Formula One champion. But there's 2 drivers in the team. Only one of them can be champion. Yeah. And this is where Barrichello comes back into it. Felipe Massa had to take some time out because when Barrichello was racing for Brawn, I think it was during a practice session or qualifying, a suspension spring came off the Brawn, went into the track, and it went into hit Massa in the helmet. in the eye,
Yeah.
and it knocked him out cold, I think, and he crashed his car. And then he had to take a lot of time. I think he was discharged from hospital quite soon, but then they're like, no, we've got to put a plate in your head.
Yeah.
So he was out of it for some time.
It was scary to watch. That was really scary. But that's why we've got the halos and stuff now, isn't it?
Which does a brilliant job. It's proven itself so many times. I think the first time it proved itself was when Romain Grosjean went into that barrier and his car split in two. That was just unbelievable. That was. That used to be like fire used to be a common thing in Formula One. So to see it now is a very frightening thing. They've got all the protections, that's the thing. I know he burnt his hands and stuff, but the bloke hit that at doing probably like 100 miles an hour. Car splits into fuel and fire everywhere, and the halo actually sliced the barrier. It was that good.
It's brilliant. I know a lot of people were complaining, weren't they? And I remember someone saying to Max in a press conference, "Doesn't it get in your way?" And he went, "No, you look around it. like it's nothing." But the halo, but that's what Massa's good for us, for the halo. But
Thanks, Massa.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Thanks for taking the hit, literally. But yeah, Felipe Massa, I feel sorry for the guy because I think it was in Brazil. He was like,
I
am number one. This should have been
Who
mine.
was his teammate that year where he lost to Hamilton?
I don't recall.
No, nor do I. Was it? It weren't Raikkonen, was it?
I wasn't watching it at the time,
No, you
but
weren't.
I
can't
know of it
remember.
because it was so famous, and I've watched like the clips of it many times. And Nicole Scherzinger jumping up and down in the garage, yay, woo!
I can't remember. I want to say it was Kimi, but I might be wrong. I probably am wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Yeah, I'm wrong. That's a question I'll look on Google when we finish this podcast.
Who's your next driver?
Where are we? Number 2. Now, this is going to surprise you, but I love him, and I think he's good. Alex Albon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's kind of like... He's an under-the-radar driver. They don't say his name a lot. He doesn't get a lot of coverage, but when you look at his times and his qualifying, he keeps putting that Williams, as crap as it has been, in really good positions for the car. I think they're struggling a little bit this year. But yeah, I mean, he had a shot at Red Bull.
Yeah, he did.
Didn't work out.
Yeah, and I think that was a bit too soon for him. And again, it's the whole Christian Horner not giving drivers enough time. He's decent. What he does with that Williams is good. I think if you put him in a Red Bull and a McLaren now, he'd be more than capable of getting over the line. He's better than. I just think he's better than a lot of people give him credit for. He's fast. He's always normally 9 times out of 10, apart from the season, because Williams are struggling in the top 10 when you get to the grid. I think he's fast. I think he's good. If you put him in the right car now, not like he did in Red Bull, I think he would thrive. I think he'd do really well.
There's been a lot of weekends where he's looked upset, but
this season,
it's building his character building as a driver to have such lows. But like we say, he's got the performance there. He's got the potential, and it would be nice to see him in a better car.
It would be.
I mean, Williams have won championships,
and that So
why aren't they up there? They've got such a history in the sport. I think they're the longest running team, bar Ferrari or something crazy like that.
Didn't they have to go out of it for a few years because they always struggle with sponsorship? Because they used to, obviously, you're right, with back in the Hill and Jacques Villeneuve days where they were sponsored by every cigarette going because
and Martini,
they
had the stripe on the car. Yeah, I know. Well, that cigarettes, it was all over it, wasn't it?
They were really, like I say, they fell off a cliff massively, didn't they? But then I think they got bought out, and then Stroll bought them back. But obviously he went off and formed over with Aston Martin. So I just think they struggle with money. They're not a massive team. They never have been. And that's why. So the Perky Williams winning back in the 90s with Mansell and Damon Hill and Jack Villeneuve and stuff, and Alan Prost. Like I say, when they had the sponsorship from the cigarette companies, they were doing great. But money in Formula One is king, isn't it?
Who do they need to get onto now? Vapes.
Yeah, I see. There you go, Williams.
Yeah, get on the vapes.
Yeah,
or like TikTok or something. You don't really see. You see Google because they're on McLaren.
Yeah.
And you see, I don't know how they work out the sponsorship. I don't know if a sponsor goes to Formula One and says, here's my money, we want to sponsor a team, and then Formula One dish it out, or if they approach the teams themselves.
No, I'd go with the teams themselves.
Right.
Because I can't see someone like, I don't know, say Microsoft with all their money go to little old Haas and go, we'll sponsor you for 1.3 billion. They want the name out there, so they're going to go to Mercedes and go, here's the package we're going to give to you.
Well, where's the patriotism though? Because Haas is an American team, so they should have American sponsors.
Yes, well, nothing works like that, though, does it?
McLaren is a car manufacturer, and yet they buy the engine from Mercedes.
It's Formula One for you.
Red Bull is a soft drinks company, and they build their own engine.
Yeah, but isn't it supplied by Ford?
Something like that. But
I'm
they've
sure
got
it
their
is.
own powertrains, haven't they? Ford, yeah, sends a shiver down my spine when I hear Ford's involved with Formula One, because they used to do the Ford Cosworth engine for Jaguar, and I was a big Jag supporter back in the day, and they were crap.
Okay.
They were the worst engines. They had no power. They were unreliable. The thing that kept Jaguar in it for a couple of years was they were on it with the aerodynamics.
Yeah.
And that carried over into Red Bull.
Yes, it
because
did.
they became... in fact, I got a note here that Barrichello used to race for Stewart.
Oh, that's an old team, isn't it?
Stewart became Jaguar.
Oh, okay.
Jaguar became Red Bull.
There you go.
So there we are. Yeah, okay, so my final driver, who should have been world champion and wasn't, is the biggest loser, the highest paid loser in Formula One,
God.
Bottas. He's had 10 wins, 67 podiums, but constantly always the bridesmaid, never the bride, thanks to Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes' decisions to prioritise him.
Oh, he's just not that good.
I disagree. The numbers speak for themselves.
Yeah, but what? Put them against Lewis's numbers.
Who he's told to get out of the way of.
Not all the time. I mean, look, you never get told to go out the way in qualifying. You're there to put the fastest time in.
But he tows him around.
No, not all the time. Maybe you towed him when 4 races to go, and he's like 6th in the championship, and Lewis needs to win over Max. Lewis is always fast in qualifying. I like him. He's a chirpy little character. I don't know.
Get rid of the mullet though. The M&M, moustache and mullet.
There you go. That's your 3 words.
Moustache and mullet. Moustache and mullet. 3 words for Bottas. Just get rid of it. It's horrible. But maybe that's the look in Finland at the moment when he's in his hot tub.
Yeah, maybe he gets the sponsors in or something. I don't know.
Is mullet a brand?
I tell you, maybe it's the hair products. I'm not sure, but
I like it when you and I disagree on something. I say Bottas and you go, bleh.
Disgusting. I didn't like Massa, I didn't like Barrichello, I didn't like Bottas, all because
You didn't like anyone on my list basically except for DC.
yeah, pretty much. I think so. Who was your other one? Oh, Montoya was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was decent. He was always chirpy, but no, just like. The thing is, the difference with like those kind of drivers, and you've got people like Vettel and Max, when they get told to move out the way, they're like, absolutely not. And I kind of like, you're there to win, and you never really cross the line.
But it started to affect Bottas. And that's the thing. I think he probably thinks to himself, oh, well, I've done 1-2 seasons getting out the way, towing, doing whatever, doing my bit, back in the pack up, blah, 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 blah. Perhaps next year they'll favour me. They'll give me a bit more. But then it doesn't happen. And then when things happen, like I remember there was a period whenever he got a pole position, he'd say, to whom it may concern, fuck you. Because people were critical of his position because they knew he had the potential and the car to be more than what he became.
No.
And now he's racing for Cadillac.
Yeah, and that's a credit to him because he's a good Formula One driver because they brought him in because they need a driver who can keep the car on the track, who's not going to make a mistake. And that's what he is. He's going to stay on the track, he's going to put in good times, and he's going to keep it on the track, but he's never going to be able to cross the line at number 1.
No.
And that's all they need because he'll be the first name to go, and there's this young little kid in F2 going, pick me, Cadillac, and they've got a car now, what they can manage and give to a kid. Bottas is good for that kind of thing. He's
like a jobbing wrestler.
Yes,
a jobber.
Definitely,
He's
yes.
just there to put the other guy over.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like I say, if you're more talented, you'd be going, oh, I'm going to challenge Lewis here down this straight instead of going, over to you, boss. I just know.
Who's your final driver?
We've mentioned him already. Carlos Sainz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carlos, smooth operator.
Yeah, I don't get why Ferrari got rid of him instead of Leclerc for Hamilton. Not that would have happened. He would have been world champ anyway because Ferrari, they're not very good, are they? But Carlos Sainz is brilliant. Only had shaky starts last season going into Williams, but then he outperformed his teammate. He got 2 podiums through the career. He's got 4 Formula 1 wins with 29 podiums. He is fast. Give him a good car and he will be good.
Can you stop doing these 3 words?
No, it's my thing.
He is fast.
Carlos is fast. There you go.
Carlos. And what's his pedigree as well, isn't he? Because his dad was a racing driver.
Was he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I forget his name. Might be Carlos. It's Carlos.
Okay.
Yeah, because Carlos Senior, Carlos Junior.
Junior. Oh, yeah, he's Junior. Yeah, of course he is.
Smooth operator.
I bet he hates that song now, don't he?
Yeah. Good driver. In fact, me and the old wife, her indoors, the enemy, the missus, we were discussing it on Friday about drivers, and we were talking about. I mentioned Sainz and said that if I worked at Ferrari, well, this is the thing: take all the money out of the equation. If you're looking at just performance, Sainz, I think, performs better than Leclerc.
Yeah, and I don't know why Ferrari kept him, but Carlos is just brilliant. Just I'd love to see him in a McLaren. Not now Max is going to be Lando's teammate, but
Possibly.
I don't think he'll ever get that shot again.
You're going to put money on that?
I don't know how. I would do. I'd put a cheeky tenner on it.
I know. I don't understand betting when they say, "Oh, it's a bookie's favourite that it's going to rain tomorrow." How do you put a bet on that? Can you just put a bet on anything?
If you do listen to this podcast or watch it, can you just let us know in the comments?
Yeah. Gambling's a sin.
Yeah, but
apparently,
I don't think he'll ever get the opportunity again to race in a top car, and which is a shame because I think he'd challenge. I think he'd challenge Max if he was in a Red Bull. I think he'd definitely win over Russell every day of the week. We know he can beat Leclerc. Is he? I haven't put Piastri in my list. That's a bit weird, ain't it? Didn't think about that.
No.
But again, no, he's not better than Piastri. Albon's better than Piastri. Leclerc's... I've gone wrong here.
Albon's better than Piastri, did you just say?
Yeah, I think he is.
Really? Interesting.
I'll probably be proven wrong in like 2 years' time, so hold me to that.
I think there's more of a future for Albon than there is for Sainz.
Yeah, because of his age.
Yeah, and Sainz has been around a bit, and he's been to a peak team, so he's peaked, and that's kind of sad, in a way. I know that Albon was in Red Bull for a very short time, but he wasn't given the opportunity, so that was not so much of a peak, but just more of a hump. And now he's gone into that dip with Williams, and I hope somebody's watching. But you see, I don't understand. Is he still on the Red Bull books as a Red Bull driver?
No,
he's just at Williams, or
yeah.
did he? Because some of them are like
contracted to Red Bull still.
Yeah.
No, I would have said, if he was, I would have said then when Liam Lawson was messing up and they chose Yuki and then Yuki's messing up, I think they would have brought Albon back in through his race results with Williams. I'd have thought if that was the case, but no, I wouldn't say that. And I'll just say I'm going to put Piastri in at 4th over George Russell. Sorry, Oscar, I've missed you out. That's on me, not you. That's bad.
He's going to be upset.
Yeah,
he's going to be
is.
watching this, crying into his
the McLaren
Fosters.
fanboys left Oscar Piastri out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I mean that's been a good list. There's good drivers on there.
Yeah, but you got to pick from like 1990, and I got to pick from 2020.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I told you I was going to pick some further ones back.
Yeah, but
yeah. I mean, you say you didn't get the brief or the memo, but you told me. You said let's pick these drivers.
Yeah, and I said 2020 to 2026, didn't I?
Yeah, and then I said I might go a little bit further back, but I don't think you were expecting like 1993.
I didn't expect I didn't expect DC. No, but I'm happy still, except for I missed Oscar out. And when I was doing the list, I thought I won't put him in, but then looking at it, I still think he's better than George. So yeah, okay. Do you want to do a little bit of segment Oscar? He lost his head last year. Apart from that, he's got a bright future, but probably not with McLaren. There's my little.
I don't think Verstappen's going to win a championship again.
Ever again?
No, I think that's it. I kind of feel like the fire in his belly's going.
Yeah, I agree with you, to be fair. Because he's always talking about he doesn't need Formula One. And if you're saying that, you don't really want to be there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He won that first championship, the dirty championship. He won that one, and everyone's all like, oh, it should have been Lewis, it should have been Lewis. But then the next year it was like, yeah, he won it fair and square.
Yeah.
So...
And the year after that and the year after that.
Yeah, I think that second one was probably... It wasn't his maiden championship, but it was the one that he outright won, deserved, whatever. And then after that, everything's just an extra, basically. It's kind of like winning the lottery. You know, you win £10 million once, you don't really want to win it again.
I know Lewis wants to win it for the 8th time, don't he? He wants the record.
Yeah, but he's not going to get it. It's not going to happen.
No, I don't think it will either. No, I don't.
No.
It's interesting about Max. Like I say, if he left Red Bull, and because he's got a money move in him, hasn't he? If you're Max and you're Max Verstappen, then maybe you haven't got the, like you say, the fire in your belly anymore. But if he's got, like, say McLaren throw like loads of millions of pounds at him, he's not going to say no, and he's going to go back and they produce a car, then he probably will win. But I think you're right. The desire for him to go above and beyond, he might have burnt out.
Well, that's been our top 5 drivers and top 5 tracks.
Top 5 back markers. How about that for the podcast?
Back markers, there you go. I keep forgetting we're supposed to be talking about back markers, really supporting them. So, yeah.
All right, we'll come up with another top 5 of the next race weekend, which we're not doing.
Yeah, I mean, the next proper race is going to be Miami. I think is that the weekend of the 2nd?
Yeah, from the
third?
first. So it's first, second, and third, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. So that's the next one. We'll be missing. Is it Bahrain? We're missing
Saudi.
And Saudi. So yeah, we'll come up with something.
Yeah, we will. Maybe top 5 world champions of all time. Now that'll be hard.
Yeah. What? Just 2000 and
no, it's got
2000 to 2005.
What,
Schumacher. I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
We'll do something.
We'll do one.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you to everybody for listening and potentially watching. You can find us on YouTube by searching for Telebox Studio, or you can find us on TikTok by searching for the Backmarkers Podcast.
Nice.
Thank you very much. Take care. Thank you.
Ta-ta for now.
TTFN. Goodbye.